Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Watch. I'm your watcher Steve, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Morbius. Please be warned, this review does have spoilers in it, as I will be taking you through the events of the film and giving you my honest thoughts. Morbius is the latest addition to the Marvel Sony blended universe. As can be seen from the trailer, the movie shares the same universe with Tom Hardy's Venom character and is separate from the main Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least for now. Jared Leto stars as the titular character of Morbius, a sick man with a blood disease that will one day kill him. We're meant to feel for the character with the flashback to when he is a kid and meets his best friend Lucian, who is given the nickname Milo and shares the same deadly disease. But unfortunately, the scene is too short for that. Instead of pulling on the heartstrings, it gives a gentle tug. The same scene also tries to show the audience how cruel and unempathetic people are towards those that are sick when Milo is beaten up by some random teenage boys. But this happens before the audience has even built a connection to the character, and we feel nothing but pity for him. Morbius is shown to be a child prodigy and is taken under the wing by his doctor. The flashback ends there, and now back as an adult, Morbius is shown to be a marvel to the rest of the world. And yes, pun intended. Anyway, Morbius spends all his time trying to find the cure to his deadly disease, and his best friend, played by Matt Smith, who is conveniently very rich, finances his research. Not long into the film, Morbius discovers a cure for his disease by blending human blood with the blood of vampire bats. Being the good scientist that he is, he decides to very quickly go to human trials and test the cure on himself. On a boat in international waters, which for some reason has lots of men with guns on it. I guess they're for protection or something. I don't know. Anyway, Morbius takes the cure, and sure enough, he kills all the men with guns when he becomes uncontrollably bloodthirsty and turns into a black-haired White Walker. Everyone on the boat dies except for Martine, played by Adria Arjona, who is Morbius's colleague and love interest. The boat washes up on shore, and the FBI begin to investigate. In the meantime, Morbius begins to take note of the drastic changes and starts to test his new abilities as Batman, or Man-Bat, whatever. He has echolocation, increased speed and strength, and the body of Chris Evans from Captain America 1. Eventually, Milo discovers what has happened and wants the cure for himself, as he's amazed with the change and wants to become strong as well. This doesn't go down well, however, and Morbius tells him it's a curse and sends him away. Unsurprisingly, though, Milo doesn't listen, steals the cure, and then turns into Michael Jackson from Thriller. After Milo murders a nurse, Morbius ends up in jail as the FBI believe he was the one who did it, and they arrest him. Milo then visits the prison, helps Morbius by giving him some blood, and reveals that he was the one that killed the nurse. Morbius then escapes the prison and the two fight. And it was at this point that I knew I didn't like the look of Matt Smith as a vampire. The man does some great acting, but unfortunately, every time I saw him all done up with the CGI, I was taken out of the film because I just didn't think it looked very good. Although short, it would have been an alright fight to watch if it weren't for that. It was nothing spectacular, but it wasn't bad either. The movie continues on with Morbius working on a plan to stop his friend. He eventually comes up with a serum that will kill Milo, and he makes a second dose to give to himself. His girlfriend helps along the way, and eventually she gets captured, as they all do, but in a twist, she's actually killed by Milo, and we don't see that all the time, so it was nice to keep it fresh. Morbius finds her body, gives her a drop of his blood, and bites her in the hope of turning her into a vampire, but nothing happens. Milo shows up again, and the two fight. Again, the fight was alright, but it wasn't anything spectacular. I wasn't in awe of the visuals anyway, and I still think they could have done a better job of Matt Smith's visuals. He just didn't look that great, in my opinion. Anyway, with the help of a new power of controlling bats, Morbius manages to overpower Milo and injects him with the serum. Morbius escapes the area, and the movie ends with a cut to Martine's dead body. Her eyes open, and it's revealed that she too has become a vampire. And that's where the movie ends. All in all, the movie wasn't bad, but I feel it was just a bit more of the same. Other than introducing vampires to the Marvel Sony universe, it really didn't add anything new to the story. It was the same tale of a man getting powers and having to defeat someone with the same powers. Don't get me wrong, I love those films, but for this one, it just didn't seem to resonate with me as well as previous films of the same nature. I personally just feel that more could have been done with the story to have us care about the characters. The entire time I watched, I didn't worry about any of the heroines because I'd seen the story before and I knew what would happen, and I just hadn't connected with any of them. It was an enjoyable movie, and the visual effects were good, and I'm sure I would watch it again, but it isn't anything out of the ordinary. To be honest, the thing that caused the most excitement for me was the end credit scene because of the possibilities that came with them. But we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you thought about the film. Do you agree with me or do you disagree? Comment your thoughts down below. Thanks for listening, everyone.